What if the industry standards you're following are actually just bugs in the system? Most of business and tech operates on a simple, broken rule. See what others are doing and copy it. We call these best practices. But they're not laws of physics. They're just habits that got popular. This creates a world where everyone converges on the same mediocre solutions because we're all looking at the same playbook. The real problem is our default mode of thinking. We use reasoning by analogy. We say, Company X succeeded with this, so we should do it too. It's safe, but it never leads to breakthroughs. The alternative is first principles thinking, breaking things down to their fundamental truths and building back up. Think of SpaceX looking at a $65 million rocket and asking, what are the raw materials actually worth? The answer was about 2% of the cost. The rest was just legacy. That's the power of questioning the given. And we're going to walk through a simple 3-step framework to do exactly that. So why do we default to copying? It's easier. It feels safer. But it creates what we call competitive convergence. When everyone follows the same best practices, you end up in a red ocean of competition, fighting over tiny improvements instead of creating new markets. You become a recipe follower, not a chef. Let's take the SpaceX example further. The entire aerospace industry accepted that rockets were astronomically expensive. It was a fact, but it wasn't a law of physics. It was a collection of legacy processes, bureaucratic markup, and an assumption that things had to be done a certain way. By breaking it down to the raw material cost, aluminum, titanium, copper, Musk found the fundamental truth. The $65 million price tag was 98% folklore. We see this in tech all the time. How about the 6-month enterprise sales cycle? Is that a law of physics? Absolutely not. It's a habit. It's a series of manual security reviews, legal bottlenecks, and approval layers that everyone just accepts. But if you apply first principles, you ask, what is the fundamental job of a security review? To ensure safety. Can that be automated or streamlined with better technology? Often, yes. The mental cost of copying is that you inherit all the inefficiencies. The leverage of understanding is that you can redesign the process from the ground up. You stop optimizing within the box and start asking if the box should even exist. So how do you actually do this? It's a 3-step process. Step 1 is to identify and write down all the assumptions in your current process. For any problem you're solving, list everything you know to be true. For a SaaS company, that might be, we need a dedicated customer success team for enterprise clients, or our software deployment takes 2 weeks. Step 2 is the most crucial. Separate the physics from the folklore. For each assumption, ask why 5 times. Why does deployment take 2 weeks? Because of QA cycles. Why do QA cycles take that long? Because tests are manual. Why are they manual? And so on. You drill down until you hit a fundamental truth, a law of physics, a fundamental economic principle, or a core user need. Everything else is negotiable. This is how you find the $65 million rocket problem in your own workflow. Step 3 is to rebuild from those fundamental truths. Now that you know what's actually essential, you can design a better solution. Let's take a practical SaaS example. Security reviews, the folklore says they take months and require expensive consultants. The fundamental truth is that the customer needs confidence in your security posture. So you rebuild. Could you build an automated system that generates a real-time security report? Could you pre-certify your infrastructure? You're not making the old process faster, you're building a new one based on the actual goal. This applies to personal productivity too. The assumption, we need this meeting. The fundamental truth, we need to make a decision. The rebuilt solution might be an async thread in a tool like Slack. The competitive edge isn't in doing things better. It's in seeing what others accept as given and questioning it. You don't apply this to everything. Sometimes following a pattern is efficient. But for your biggest bottlenecks and costs, this is how you find 10x improvements. Your challenge is simple. Pick one project that feels stuck or expensive. Apply the 3 steps. Identify one key assumption, question it down to its core, and sketch a new solution on a napkin. The real power is asking, if we started from scratch today, what would we build? That's where breakthroughs happen. If you want more mental models that help you see these hidden opportunities, subscribe for the next one.